Well, welcome back to the Raider D podcast. I am your host, Mike Dean, the Raider D, here with you. And we're going to be talking about some quarterback rumors out there because it is quarterback rumor season and smoke is getting crazy. So I just wanted to by saying that these are not my opinions. In my last video, I had some seriously upset people thinking that the opinions were my own, and I just want to make it very clear to people who have a hard time. Maybe they're just illiterate and they cannot read the thumbnails. Maybe they don't read the text of the thumbnails. Maybe they don't read the title all the way through. Or maybe they just don't watch the video all the way through, in which case, if they were to do that, they would know that these are not my opinions when I'm talking about the smoke, the rumors, the rumor mill. It is that time of year, guys, and it's fun to talk about. That's why I'm here. I'm doing it, but I just want to make it clear. For the 25 people who liked my last video, put the big fat thumbs down, and gave me the most ridiculous comments in the comment section, calling me Wi-Fi Willie's dad and clickbait king and all this other stuff. Let me just make it very clear. When I'm talking about a rumor, I'm going to share the rumor with you guys and let you know what I am hearing, what I am seeing. Not that it's my opinion that this thing is going to happen or that thing is going to happen. Nothing like that. So that's what today's video is. Now that the disclaimer is out there for all the people who get super upset on the internet when they see a thumbnail and they click on the video and then they feel betrayed and hurt and their feelings get all emotional and transgenderized and whatever is going on with men these days, we can talk about some football. So I see the fam up in the house. Win. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this right now. There is some smoke out there, and this is a complete nonsense. It has like less than a 1% chance of ever happening, and that is Josh Allen coming to the Raiders in a blockbuster trade with the Buffalo Bills. So I'm going to jump into where this rumor is coming from. Who's talking about it? Let's go over to the page, and we'll pull that up right now. Okay, so as you can see here, this is off heavy.com, and was written about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen in a massive trade with the Raiders and how it would work out. To be honestly, I think it's a bunch of nonsense, and I don't see the Bills ever giving up their franchise quarterback, but they are paying the dude a lot of money. So you just never know in that regard. But let me pull something up here real quick, and then we'll jump into this. All right, there we go. Okay. Skip that. All right, so we're going to run into this. I'm going to read this off because when I also noticed when I just post the articles that I'm talking about, that somebody else wrote it, somebody else's opinion, people in the comments seem to get confused. Again, maybe they're just illiterate and they don't know how to read, but they seem to think that this is my article, that I wrote this. Well, I didn't. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to read it off because just for all the people who cannot read, but they can voice text me hate mail. The Buffalo Bills could be a team in decline. The team struggled last year as head coach Sean McDermott was on the hot seat before things turned around toward the end of the season. Buffalo just traded star wide receiver Stephon Diggs to the Houston Texans and is taking a $30 million dead cap hit. Ooh, that hurt, which will make it difficult to replace. The Bills haven't been able to win a Super Bowl ever with a roster that was better than currently is, and the AFC is only getting tougher. Quarterback Josh Allen is one of the best in the NFL and is good enough still to lead this team to the playoffs. However, the Bills think that they need to start a rebuild. Allen would be one of the most valuable trade assets in the entire NFL. As unlikely as it is that the Bills would consider trading Pro Bowl quarterback A needy team like the Las Vegas Raiders should at least reach out and get an idea of what the situation is. Head coach Antonio Pierce has made it very clear he is willing to do whatever it takes to get a franchise quarterback. The haul that Allen would command would be legendary, but he'd immediately make the Raiders Super Bowl contenders. It's difficult to see how the Bills ever agreeing to the idea of trading Allen, but perhaps he could force his way out if he doesn't like the direction the team is going. Las Vegas is much closer to his hometown of Fireball. I've never even heard of that town, and I'm from California, wherever that is, than Buffalo is. Allen is likely worth more than 3 first-round draft picks in a trade, but that's the limit that the NFL allows. A trade for Allen would start with 3 first-round picks and go from there. Adding additional 3 second picks could be enough to get the deal done. Las Vegas could also throw in Aiden O'Connell. Boy, I just love how we're just throwing our boy Aiden O'Connell away hey, here's a consolation prize. You can take Aiden O'Connell. So that the Bills would get a quarterback with some starting experience. Why do we got to give away Aiden O'Connell? Can we give Gardner Minshew, please? I like Aiden O'Connell. I don't know why all these guys just keep putting it out there that we're going to trade Aiden O'Connell. Trade mustache man number 2. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. So that the Bills would get a quarterback with some starting experience. It's hard to get fair value for a player of Allen's caliber, but that's about the most the Raiders could offer a rebuilding team in a trade. Buffalo Bills didn't tell Josh Allen trade was happening. The only way Josh Allen is going anywhere is if he gets fed up with the Bills and wants to leave. As unlikely as that is to happen, it's not impossible. Big-name quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Deshaun Watson have been traded in the past. So I guess this isn't out of the realm of possibility. I still think it's just it's very big wishful thinking. I would love it personally. I think Josh Allen is a stud. He's a little bit reckless with the ball sometimes, but, I mean, defense, we can make that up, right? It won't help the Bills that general manager Brandon Beane didn't keep Allen in the loop of Stephon Diggs' trade. I did alert Allen that there had been some inquiries and it wasn't 100% off the table, being said in April 3rd statement per BuffaloBills.com. Josh and I have a pretty regular conversation on things, and I think it's important for me to make sure if I think something could happen to make sure he's not blindsided. Well, he got blindsided anyway. Josh Allen doesn't need Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen without Stephon Diggs. I don't know what that is, but we're not going to care about that. A Josh Allen trade could be more realistic next year. Right now, it's highly unlikely that Josh Allen trade rumors start to creep up. It's likely take a year off the Bills missing the playoffs for it to be a possibility. That said, it's possible Buffalo could have a tough road to the playoffs next season. The AFC is very good, and the Bills were close to missing the playoffs this year. Teams that missed the playoffs last year, like the Raiders, Los Angeles Chargers, Cincinnati Bengals, Jacksonville Jaguars, and New York Jets, could all be improved next season. Well, we know the Raiders are improved. The path to the playoffs isn't easy for the Bills and may not be for a long time. Allen plays a physical style of football, which would match with the Raiders, you got to say, and may not have a career longevity of a Tom Brady or Drew Brees. If it doesn't look like there's a path for the Bills to win a Super Bowl, he could start considering his options. And this article was posted by Austin Boyd from Heavy.com, not Heavy D, Heavy.com. So there you have it. It's not my opinion. I'm just reporting the smoke out there of an article that was written by a major sports publisher like Heavy.com. So all the guys who are going to get upset that I'm clickbaiting and blah, 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 get over yourselves. It's going to be okay because it's not my opinion. And my opinion on this is that this is not going to happen. It's not realistic. So I don't think that we're going to do this. Now, moving on into the next one. Let's see. How do I, why can't I go back? I can't go back. Why can't I go back? I wanted to go back. Let's see. I'm having technical difficulty on this. Why? Oh. No. Where did my email go? Dang it. I'm having technical difficulty. I lost my tab here. Where did that thing go? It's interesting. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm pulling it back up now. All right. Now, for the second half of this, let's boom. Hold on one sec. I gotta share this other page, guys. Okay, second half of this. Here we go. Spencer Rattler was once predicted to be a number one draft pick when he first year with Oklahoma. He was one of the most highly touted draft prospects, especially recruits to college coming out of high school. And as we all know, he ended up losing his job to Caleb Williams at Oklahoma. He ended up transferring to South Carolina, and Caleb Williams ended up jumping ship out of Oklahoma and going to USC. Caleb Williams is now the expected number one pick, and Spencer Rattler's draft stock has drastically fallen. So we're going to get into this. This article here, I believe this one was by an ESPN writer. Let me see. No, this is by Austin Boyd again of heavy.com. So let's just read the article real quick, and then we're going to talk about both of these articles. We're going to go over our thoughts as a community, as a Raider Nation. But yeah, let's jump into this. So Las Vegas Raiders are currently visiting with many of the top quarterback prospects, and they are likely to leave the 2024 NFL draft with at least one of them. However, they have to wait until the later rounds. The Raiders don't pick until number 13 in the first round, which puts them out of range to get one of the top four prospects unless they trade up. The team could stay at number 13 and draft either Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix, which could be a reach. At this point, man, I'm not thinking Michael Penix Jr. is a reach at pick 13. I used to say that. I used to believe that because I was worried about his knees. But now, after him breaking off a 4.5 40, some say it was below 4.5, whatever it was, still 4.5 40, he proved that his knees are just fine. He's actually quite athletic of a quarterback. So now I don't know. Maybe he is not that bad at pick 13. We'll see. But Spencer Rattler is one of the more interesting quarterbacks in the draft and should be available in the later rounds. ESPN's Jordan Reed thinks that the Raiders will bypass taking a quarterback in the first round and will instead select Rattler in the third round. Now, with that being said, we were there at now I'm having a brain fart. We were there at not his pro day, but I'm talking about the game that he played in, the Senior Bowl. Boom, Senior Bowl. And the reports coming back that the Raiders were super impressed with Spencer Rattler. We also met with him at the Combine as well. But as far as I know, we haven't spent one of our 30 golden tickets to meet with him on a private workout as of yet, but you know, these things are moving along. We did meet with Michael Penix Jr. We got Bo Nix in the house. So it's a no-brainer, right? We met with Jordan Travis. We're going to meet with Spencer Rattler if we haven't already. I just haven't heard any news of us meeting with him yet. He may be the secret weapon. Maybe you don't meet with him. Maybe you're impressed enough, but you don't want to give your cards away that you're in the hunt for a Spencer Rattler. And so maybe you don't meet with him in that case. it's 3D chess. You never know. But whether a move happens at the top of the draft, the Raiders pick at number 13 or somewhere on day 2, another passer needs to be added to the roster. We all know this. It wouldn't be surprising to see the Raiders trade back into later rounds of the first round and add a quarterback. But with 5 signal callers off the board early in the scenario, looking to Rattler starts to make sense. And he goes on to say, I made the rounds to a bunch of pro days over the past month, and I came away really impressed with Rattler. He has had a solid pre-draft process overall. Rattler is a balanced and rhythm thrower, and despite playing behind a struggling offensive line, he finished 2023 with 3,186 yards and 19 touchdown passes. He also broke off like 7 on the ground with his legs, so not too bad. He put up like 26 touchdowns total. The talent is obvious, but quicker decision-making under pressure is still needed. There was a time when Spencer Rattler was considered one of the best quarterback prospects in the country. In fact, he was a favorite to be number 1 overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, according to PointsBet. That was when he was still at Oklahoma before he transferred to South Carolina. He ended up struggling during the 2021 season and was benched in favor of Caleb Williams, who was expected to be number 1 pick this year. He was able to revamp his career at South Carolina and will get a chance to play in the NFL. He's the type of prospect worth taking a chance day 2 pick. So maybe in the 3rd round, we go and we grab Spencer Rattler. We address other needs at that, other positions like right tackle. Maybe a wide receiver would be really nice. Somebody that's going to eventually replace Davante Adams as he ages out and his career becomes untenable with the Raiders. So let's jump into the comments, guys. What do you guys think about this? Josh Allen. Let's address the Josh Allen thing first. Now, again, I think that this has less than a 1% chance of ever happening because the Buffalo Bills trading away their Pro Bowl quarterback, their only hope of winning games is Josh Allen. I don't see how they could justify doing that. And I know that they would get a haul. I know they would get 3 first-round draft picks, 3 second-round draft picks, and the Raiders, for this year and the next 2 years, we would be in a pretty tight situation in regards to adding more talent. However, I would say that if the Bills were willing to tear down their team and completely rebuild, move off of Josh Allen, I don't know how we afford him with our salary cap situation the way it is right now, but I mean, obviously you can always make adjustments. You can always maneuver things around. Obviously, instead of trading Aiden O'Connell to them, I would trade Minshew because he's making $12.5 million a year. And obviously, you don't want to be paying a guy that's definitely not going to be the starter that much money. He's getting paid that much money because he possibly could be the starter. But if you bring in Josh Allen, it's Josh Allen and Aiden O'Connell as QB2 all day long. That's the scenario. And we are in a win now situation. So I would love this trade. I would do it all day. I think Josh Allen is 100% worth 3 first rounds and 3 second rounds. And we are in Super Bowl contention right now with that defense that we have, the offensive pieces that we have. Obviously, we would have to, Thayer Munford would, I guess, have to be right tackle because you're not drafting a right tackle this year. Maybe we can add some offensive line help still that's available out there in the free agency. But, when you got a guy like Josh Allen who is a physical quarterback, a running quarterback, maybe you can make that happen with the offensive line that you got right now. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Let's see. Let's jump into these comments. Okay, and then as far as part number 2 of this, of grabbing Spencer Rattler, I've made a couple of videos about him. I'm very high on him. I think he's a great prospect. My concerns with Spencer Rattler is twofold. One is height. Same thing with Caleb Williams. These guys are 6 foot tall, maybe 6'1". So they're a little bit on the shorter realm of things, but because they're mobile quarterbacks, they scramble around a lot. they're able to make plays happen. And so for that reason, I think he would be okay. But we've never really started a guy that short before. I know the NFL has changed. It's not just sit in the pocket all day and throw over your 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" lineman anymore. Now you're scrambling around. So I think that would be okay. I think it would work to a point. But I love it in the third round. I'm like torn between Jordan Travis and Spencer Rattler in the third. I think really you would go with either one that's available. I think both of them have a tremendous upside and could be they could turn into a Patrick Mahomes type guy. I think Jordan Travis would be more in the realm of Lamar Jackson because of his speed. But Spencer Rattler, to me, Spencer Rattler looks more like Patrick Mahomes than Caleb Williams does. I think Caleb Williams, to me, looks more like Kyler Murray. I think Spencer Rattler looks more like Patrick Mahomes. Even physically, they kind of look Rattler and Mahomes kind of look the same in a way. They got the curly hair and stuff and the kind of light-skinned face, but Spencer Rattler is just way cooler. And you can see, by the thumbnail, look, Spencer Rattler would fit in with the Raiders from day one. This dude is built to be a Raiders quarterback. His style of play and everything. So for me personally, I would love to see Spencer Rattler on the team. I think he has a very high upside. And hey, look, you only spend a third round pick on him. So if he's not able to hack it in the NFL, if he can't make it happen, then you're looking at next year and the year after who's available at quarterback, right? Because he doesn't cost you a ton of draft capital. You're not picking him in the first round. So for me personally, am I going to Spencer Rattler versus a Josh Allen trade? Which one am I going to go? Well, obviously, if Josh Allen trade were a reality, which it's not, let's be clear about that, despite what that journalist said in his article, the odds of the Raiders doing a trade for a Josh Allen, the quarterback, are next to none, right? Spencer Rattler is a much more realistic option. But would I prefer Josh Allen? Absolutely. You give us Josh Allen right now, and I guarantee you the Raiders are making a Super Bowl run this year. End of story. Nonstop. We win the AFC West because we have a better defense, all-around defense than the Chiefs have, and we have more talent around Josh Allen to get the ball down the field. At this point, Patrick Mahomes really has Travis Kelce, and that's about it. That's about it. And he was able to win a Super Bowl with that. He was able to get there. He was able to win one. So I think that the Raiders with Josh Allen, we would win the AFC West, and we would make a run for a Super Bowl. But let me know what you guys think about all of this. Drop those comments. Guys, it's the end of Ramadan. I'm about to break my fast. I got one more day of fasting in Ramadan, and that's why I haven't been posting as much and as long as I normally do, because the last few days I want to really focus on, getting that good spiritual connection and all of that type of stuff. So I'm going to drop off a little bit early today. I usually go at least an hour. Today is just a quick one. I wanted to throw it out there. Get your guys' thoughts on the smoke about a Josh Allen. I think obviously, it's less than a 1% chance. Would love it if it happened, but I'm not expecting anything like that to happen. That would be crazy and insane if it did. But Spencer Rattler, let me know, you guys, do you like a Spencer Rattler in the third round? I'm high on him. I think he's a great prospect. Love to see him in the silver and black and see what he can do. But guys, before I jump out of here, just real quick, make sure that you are checking out our sponsor. I'm telling you right now, listen, go and check them out. Their supplements are all made in the United States, all third-party tested, backed up by science. What are you guys waiting for? Go and check them out today. If you want to feel better, sleep better, lose weight, their supplements can help you with that. I personally love Tongat Ali and Fedosia Agrestis. I've been taking this for a year. I'm 46. I feel like I'm 30. My workouts are better. Everything's better. They're a fantastic company owned by a Raider fan. Absolutely awesome. Love it. And don't forget to head over to our store with the Black Rain Official as we are launching our very own brand and our own clothing company. We also have these posters that I designed right here on sale right now for, I think, $19.95. Right now, go and get your posters, your Mad Max posters. Just win, baby. The t-shirts are being manufactured right now. Those are going to be coming soon. They are dry fit, not just, some cheap cotton, but these are the expensive, same thing that, like Nike makes, the nice dry fit. Those are the type of shirts that I love. So our very first shirt is going to be that as well. So guys, go check out the store. And yeah, Raider Nation, love all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go Raiders. And you know how we end this. Say it with me. Raiders. Just win.